Back now on Triad today, I have two very special guests with me. It's time to talk theater. But instead of just talking with Dave Briggs, we have somebody who's really making it a more lovely segment, and she's funny and talented and all that. Next to me, Kelly Swanson. She's a comedian, motivational speaker, and much more. She wears many hats. And next to her, our good buddy Dave Briggs, director of High Point Theater. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Nice.
And folks know about Kelly from throughout this area, and anybody who's looked at YouTube knows about her already too. But Kelly, let me ask you specifically, what is the name of the show that's coming up in High Point Theater later?
It is Who Hijacked My Fairy Tale.
What does that mean, who hijacked my fairy tale?
Well, I mean, to those who've had their fairy tale hijacked, it is already ringing a bell. They know exactly what I'm talking about. It's for people whose life did not go the way you planned.
I got you.
And the glass slipper turned out to be plastic.
And that can happen to all of us, right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not just women.
So this is born of real life stuff, but you make fun of things and you're just hilarious. Now, what led you, when you were a little girl, I mean, did it start then, or what led you to sort of be funny, be a motivational person, be able to speak, not be afraid of audiences? What led to that?
Well, it wasn't planning. And it wasn't my parents' ambition when they sent me to college. But in truth, it happened by accident. People always say, how'd you become a comedian? I'm like, I was the shy, picked on kid that got bullied and that never fit any fairy tale story. I looked like androgynous Pat from Saturday Night Live in high school.
Yeah.
And so comedy was my defense mechanism. If I could make the joke,
right.
Then it was, if I could find the happiness
then
in
you
it,
fit in.
then I fit in, or at least I felt better about myself.
Right.
It's hard to explain.
Well,
And
bless your heart. You're funny and you're beautiful, and we just love what you do. Dave, before we get on to some other topics, I mean, comment on this lady and her show.
Well, I've known Kelly for almost 20 years now, and I fell in love with her. She did a showcase at High Point Theater back in the early 2000s, and I said, I love this woman. And so I've sort of been following her career. And when I moved to High Point, I got in touch with her and I said, Kelly, we need to put something together. And she says, well, I'm working on this show. And it just so happened this past year, what was it, August or so? And she said, I think I'm ready to do this. It's called Who Hijacked My Fairy Tale.
Yeah, we're going to put up the information on the screen in just a second. But before I do that, and either of you can jump in on this, I'm curious because I want to make sure, as a disclaimer, is your act going to be okay for the whole family? Is it just for moms and dads, or what?
well, there is some nudity. I'm teasing, like that would fit in the set. No, here's what I want everybody to know too. The humor will, of course, a lot of the jokes are appealing to women in my stage of life. But the message, I hear this over and over again. I wish my daughter had come. I wish my children could hear this. And it's resonating, surprisingly, with men. I thought, only women are going to care. I've had more men respond to it emotionally, sometimes even than women.
Well,
so
we need the nudity factor to respond emotionally.
Well, her hands are uncovered.
Are there still a few tickets left?
Yeah, we still have seats available.
So up on screen, I want to do this instead of waiting until the last of the segment. Sure. Who Hijacked My Fairy Tale is up on screen Friday, January 17th, 7:30 p.m. at High Point Theater. And I'll give you some other websites in just a second. But before we run out of time, I want to ignore Kelly for just a second. Dave, you have two things coming up. One, Anything Can Talk, January 26th.
Yeah, David Pendleton is an amazing ventriloquist to be with us on the 26th of January. He's got 4 characters, and he makes them just talk. Okay. And he'll bring folks up on stage. He's a great entertainer. And then on February 4th, we have
the We Shall Overcome.
Damian Sneed. And the show's called We Shall Overcome, and it's a beautiful tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
All right, up on screen now, I want to go backtrack a little bit. You can go to whohijackmyfairytale.com, lots of good information there. And also the main website for High Point Theater is highpointtheater.com for the radio listening audience. I'll say it again, highpointtheater.com. Box office number is 336-887-3001. Please get your tickets if you haven't already done so, and get there and see Kelly. She's brilliant and beautiful and funny, and I just feel privileged that you dropped by to see us.
Oh, don't take me too seriously. But thank you, I appreciate it. It's my honor. It's my hometown, the Triad, so
you got to do it. You got to entertain. If you can make it in High Point, you can make it anywhere.
No, you are not kidding.
Or was that New York? I don't know. All right, thanks to Kelly. Good luck, and
thank you.
Break a leg.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. All right,